ICE's AI stalker. Big Brother finally gets a Tinder account, holy crap. Folks, can you believe this shit? ICE just dropped $5.7 million on a fancy AI toy that's gonna turn your Instagram stories and TikTok rants into deportation dockets. Yeah, you read that right. These border goons are teaming up with Signal Labs, the same creepy tech the Israeli military and the Pentagon used to sniff out threats, like it's a damn video game. And guess who's greenlighting this dystopian fever dream? The orange testicle in roller skates. That's who. Under his watch, ICE isn't just raiding kitchens anymore. They're building a digital panopticon to watch every like, share, and selfie from here to Honduras. If you're posting about your abuela's tamales or venting about crappy wages, better watch your ass. Big Brother's got an algorithm with your name on it. Let's break this down like a cheap piñata, because this ain't some tinfoil hat conspiracy. It's straight from federal procurement records that the lever dug up like buried treasure. Back in September, ICE inked a 5-year deal through some middleman called Karasoft Technology. Signal Labs. This bad boy chews through 8 billion social media posts a day. 8 billion. Using AI and machine learning to spit out curated detection feeds. Translation. It flags your ass as a threat faster than you can hit refresh on your feed. Their pamphlet brags about spotting geolocated pics and vids, even decoding emblems in Gaza ops to tip off ground teams. Sounds badass for soldiers, right? Now imagine that tech aimed at your cousin's Facebook marketplace ad for used tires. Ooh, undocumented vibe detected, cuff 'em. And it's not like this is a one-off. ICE has been stockpiling surveillance gadgets like a hoarder at a Black Friday sale. Remember Palantir, that shadowy data beast run by Peter Thiel's crew? They've been ICE's main squeeze for years, hoovering up everything from phone pings to bank records. Then there's the $2 million Paragon spyware deal, Israeli hacking magic that cracks WhatsApp and Signal like eggs for breakfast. Biden froze it back in 24 over ethics or whatever. But come August 2025, the orange testicle in roller skates thawed that bitch right out. Now they're hunting contractors, nearly 30 of them, to man 24/7 watch posts in Vermont and sunny SoCal, sifting through your DMs and memes on the graveyard shift. Vermont, the land of maple syrup and Ben & Jerry's. Yeah, they're plopping a surveillance hub in Williston, right next to a kids' therapy spot and a coffee joint, because nothing says, "Welcome to America," like tinted windows and tinted souls. This is the orange testicle in roller skates' wet dream on steroids. His whole one big, beautiful act. Just shoveled $75 billion at ICE like chum to sharks, turning them into a $2.8 billion domestic spy machine. Raids. Oh, they're ramping up. Just this week, agents swarmed NYC street vendors after some right-wing troll dropped a video on X, yelling, "Do something," like a Karen at a HOA meeting. Boom, vendors in cuffs, carts smashed, families scattered. And don't get me started on the pro-Palestine crew. Mahmoud Khalil, that Columbia kid, got doxxed by Canary Mission's Blacklist Brigade, then ICE swooped in for the jailhouse pickup. Post a keffiyeh pic or chant, "Free Gaza." And suddenly, you're not just unpopular, you're a flight risk. EFF and Yale lawyers are screaming bloody murder in a complaint. This AI crap gives teeth to threats of watching everyone for wrongthink, chilling free speech like a bad breakup. Picture this nightmare in Technicolor. You're scrolling Insta at 2 a.m., liking a vid of migrants sharing pupuses because hell, who doesn't love good food? Zap, Signal's AI pings it as sympathy for threats. Next morning, ICE rolls up to your door with warrants printed from your own posts. Or you're a DACA kid venting about tuition hikes, algorithm flags, economic burden, and poof, you're on a bus to who knows where. Surveillance technology oversight projects, Will Owen calls it an assault on democracy, and damn if he's wrong. We're talking billions of posts parsed in 100 languages, computer vision eyeballing your selfies for suspicious tattoos or flags. It's not protection. It's predation. A digital dragnet where threat means anything that pisses off the power structure. Laugh to keep from crying, right? Because here's the hilarious part, or tragic, depending on your liver. This tech was built for war zones, not Walmart parking lots. Signal's CEO crowed in July about AI scouring global data for intel teams. 2 months later, ICE grabs licenses for real-time criminal investigations. Criminal. Selling alotes without a permit. Tweeting #abolish ICE. In the orange testicle in roller skates America, that's felony material. His goons aren't hiding it. DHS has been buying Signal for the Secret Service since 2019, and now it's ICE's turn to play Minority Report. Meanwhile, labor unions are suing over privacy nightmares, arguing this real-time web crawl torches the Fourth Amendment like a backyard BBQ. But wait, it gets funnier, or more infuriating. The orange testicle in roller skates loves bragging about law and order. Yet his crew's turning the internet into a snitch line. Right-wing influencers drop a vid of a bad block, and ICE plays fetch like a golden retriever on meth. Pro-migrant rally. AI scans the crowd pics, IDs faces via optical tricks, and next day, you're explaining your chant to a Fed in tactical gear. EFF warns it's viewpoint-driven poison. Flag the disfavored and watch dissent dry up faster than a desert creek. No more viral vids of kids in cages. Post that, and you're the one in one. This is the statement, plain as day. Wake the hell up, America. The orange testicle in roller skates isn't building walls, he's wiring the web. Signal's not a tool. It's a trap, snapping shut on the vulnerable while the elite scroll in peace. Immigrants, activists, hell, anyone with a beef and a smartphone. You're prey now. Fight it, yell it, before the algorithm learns your voice. Demand audits, lawsuits, bans on this spy shit. Because if we let ICE AI-fy the First Amendment, we'll all be posting in whispers, one deleted tweet at a time. Orange testicle tantrum. GOP's subsidy slaughter screws their own red state voters. The end of the middle class, and if we go down, those who depend on us will be destroyed. That is plan, mass genocide. Man, if you thought the last government shutdown was a clown show, buckle up. This one's got the whole damn circus on ice skates, and guess who's leading the parade? That's right, the orange testicle in roller skates, wobbling around the White House like he owns the place, while his Republican cronies play chicken with your doctor's bill. We're talking about the fresh hell breaking loose with those health insurance subsidies, the ones that kept premiums from eating your paycheck alive. And now, thanks to this shutdown standoff that's dragging into week 3, the real numbers are hitting like a freight train full of regret. Extreme. Hell, it's apocalypse now levels of stupid, especially since it's the GOP's own voters getting bent over first. Picture this. It's October 2025, open enrollment kicks off in a few days, and bam, families across the country log into HealthCare.gov expecting to tweak their plans, maybe swap in a better dental rider. Instead, they're staring at premium hikes that make your eyes water. We're not talking a gentle nudge up by 5% or whatever the inflation fairies whisper about. No, ma'am, these are double-digit gut punches, averaging 114% jumps for subsidized folks. That's from $888 a year out of pocket in 2025 to a soul-crushing $1,904 in 2026, according to the Kaiser Family Foundation's latest crunch. For a family of 4 scraping by on $75,000, solid middle-class grinders, not trust fund kids, that means coughing up an extra $3,367 just to keep the lights on at the hospital. And that's before you factor in the rural folks, where rates could spike 90% or more because, you know, geography's a bitch when you're far from the money. But wait, it gets better or worse, depending on how you like your chaos served. The Congressional Budget Office is screaming from the rooftops, that if these enhanced subsidies from the American Rescue Plan and Inflation Reduction Act just fizzle out at year's end, we're looking at 2 million people ditching coverage next year alone. Over a decade. Try 5 million ghosts in the system, healthier ones mostly, who decide, screw it, I'll risk the ER bill and bail. That leaves the sicker, older crowd holding the bag, driving up costs for everyone else in a classic death spiral. Insurers are already filing dual rate sheets, one with subsidies, one without, like they're prepping for doomsday preppers. And in red states like Florida, Texas, and Georgia. Enrollments doubled since 2020 because those Biden-era boosts made plans affordable for gig workers, small business owners, and farmers who don't get squat from their bosses. Now, those same Trump diehards are the ones getting the invoice. Let's call it what it is. This ain't some abstract policy wonk-wank-fest. It's straight-up financial terrorism on working folks who pay rent, chase bills, and try to eat something besides ramen 3 nights a week. The orange testicle in roller skates and his shutdown squad thought they could flex on Democrats, refusing to budge on extending these credits unless it's tied to their fever dream wish list of waste fraud abuse hunts and income caps. Newsflash, boys, the fraud they're chasing. It's mostly phantom enrollees they cooked up in think tanks, while real people like the single mom in Virginia staring down a 20% plus spike on her plan are the ones paying the price. Or the Alaska small biz owner who can't keep staff because health coverage just became a luxury item. As if we don't already juggle enough, mortgages, car repairs, kids' braces. Now add premium roulette to the mix. And get this, even some GOP senators are sweating bullets, floating half-assed compromises like grandfathering current users or slapping minimum payments on the poor saps who qualify for zero-premium plans. House moderates are begging for a 1-year punt past the midterms, because who wants to explain to constituents why Aunt Edna's chemo copays just tripled? But the hardliners, egged on by that orange menace, are digging in, yelling about fiscal responsibility while they're one big, beautiful bill. From July, the tax cut bonanza for billionaires, balloons the deficit by $3.4 trillion. Hypocrisy much. They slashed Medicaid by $930 billion, kicked off funding for immigrants' emergency care, even the legal ones, and now they're shocked. That hospitals in rural Nebraska are shuttering doors because uncompensated care is piling up like bad debt. This is what the orange testicle in roller skates did to all of us, plain and simple. He rode back into town promising the best health care, folks, believe me, but delivered a sequel to his first-term fiasco. Attempts to gut the ACA in 2017 that bombed so hard they unified Democrats for a decade. Fast forward to now, and his megabills already projected to boot $10 million off insurance by 2034, per CBO tallies. That's not winning. That's a slow-motion car wreck where the driver's too busy tweeting to steer. Republicans are finally clocking the backlash, not just from blue states, but their own base. Polls show 59% of Trump supporters want these subsidies extended, because, surprise, even MAGA folks get sick and need docs who aren't bankrupted. Small businesses in red strongholds are hosting roundtables, begging lawmakers to grow a spine, while gig economy hustlers in the heartland wonder how to Uber with a ruptured appendix. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for calling out waste. There might be a few bad apples gaming the system, but torching the whole orchard to spite 'em. That's how you starve the villagers. Democrats aren't blameless. They knew this cliff was coming and could have pushed harder pre-shutdown. But holding the line now, smart as hell, it's exposing the GOP's true colors, all bluster, no bomb for the folks they claim to champion. Shutdowns already furloughed Fed workers, frozen research grants, and gummed up everything from passport lines to VA claims. But the real kicker. Telehealth's reverting to pre-pandemic rules, meaning rural grannies can't Zoom their cardiologist anymore. Copays on Medicaid doc visits, jumping to $35 a pop starting 2028. And vaccines. Kiss-free COVID shots goodbye, now it's out of pocket for millions. Look, I've got no patience for the pearl clutchers whining about socialized medicine. This is America, land of the free to go bankrupt from a broken leg, sure, but also where we pretend to give a damn about the little guy. These subsidies aren't handouts. They're lifelines that kept 24 million enrolled this year, doubled from pre-pandemic lows. Without them, premiums skyrocket, ERs overflow with uninsured walk-ins, and hospitals jack rates on the rest of us to cover the shortfall. States pick up the tab via higher Medicaid tabs or uncompensated care funds, which means your property taxes or sales levies creep up. It's a domino effect of dumb, all because one party won't admit they need the other to avoid screwing their own. To the MAGA crew scrolling this, save your keyboard warrior energy. I'm not here for a debate club sesh on why your guy's a genius. This is facts, not feelings, numbers from CBO, KFF, even your own think tanks admitting the hit. If you voted for walls and tariffs but ignored the fine print on healthcare, that's on you. But yelling at clouds won't pay the premium notice hitting your inbox November 1. Wake up, smell the Cape coffee, and pressure your reps before they turn your district into a medical ghost town. We're at a fork. Congress caves, extends the credits maybe with tweaks to plug real leaks, and averts the worst. Or they don't, and 2026 open enrollment becomes a national horror story, families choosing between groceries and gallbladder surgery. The orange testicle in roller skates. He'll deflect, blame Dems, tweet some nonsense about beautiful alternatives. But the bill comes due on you, the voter he swore to protect. As if we don't pay rent or bills or eat. This shutdown isn't drama. It's deliberate damage, and Republicans are realizing too late they've aimed the cannon at their own feet. Enough rant, time to act. Hit up your senators, flood the switchboards. Demand they end this farce and lock in those subsidies before Thanksgiving turkey tastes like regret. Because in the end, healthcare ain't red or blue, it's do or die for every damn one of us. Follow, like, and share this video. Stay connected. I appreciate all of you. Love always, Santiago, DC, Maria, the queen of crowning thoughts, because I speak without filters and say it like it is.